But later on I found out what is the possible. Oh, and when we opened the car it fell on the ground. So both of them are almost an adult tarantulas and both of the species are insane. She started to munch immediately. And maybe even a happy dance. If we can get a straight up happy dance from her. I'm back from Terraplaza Expo and my oh my, I bought and received some goodies for the dark den. And in case you've been living under a rock for past few years, Terraplaza is the biggest animal expo in Budapest, I mean in Hungary, but also the biggest expo that is in close proximity of where I live, where the dark den is located here in Croatia. So I am a regular visitor. I was a regular visitor of Terraplaza through the past few years, ever since I entered the hobby. And this time, at this Terraplaza, for the first time ever, I actually had a table there and I was a seller, something like that. I was selling stuff over there, yeah. But mostly I did that to experience how it is on the opposite side of the table. And for all of you that are my fans, that are fans of this channel, so you can easily find me on the expo, because in Hungary not a lot of people know me. So therefore, vast majority of visitors of Terraplaza have no idea who I am, and small percentage of people that do know me had a hard time finding me in the crowd through past years. So therefore, this time I wanted to have a table, I wanted to have a spot where I can be easily found. And I think that there were even more people, foreign people, that came to the stand than Hungarians, like people from Austria, Germany, Slovenia, even Romania, people from all the countries that are surrounding Hungary, which was really funny. But what can you do? What can you do? I gave away all 20 Tiltocata albopilosus slings. They were left from my first exec. I gave them away, and shout out to people that were in the line for Terraplaza before it opened, and I even arrived to set up the stand. Big shout out to those guys. So first I'm going to show you animals that I bought, and then I'm going to show you animals and things that I received, but also I have two animals in this room because they need more heat. And maybe we can start straight with one of them. This one is probably the coolest out of all that I bought, because it is something that we haven't had in the dark den for a very long time. It is a camel spider, you see? Let me open it to show it better. Now, if you remember, if you are the OG dark den viewer, you might remember that I already had some species of camel spiders. I had two actually. It might be the same species, but I'm not really sure. I don't even remember which one were they, but I didn't had luck keeping them. I mean, not luck. I didn't have proper experience or proper guidance. I did keep them as the guy that sold me described, but they were really lethargic, right? That's the word when you don't really move around. They were really passive and kind of quickly died. But later on I found out what is the possible, what is the possible reason of why they died off and why they were so passive. And then, look at how threatening he is. This is their warning sign, you see? When they rub their fangs like that. I mean, those aren't really fangs. I'm not sure how they are called, but you see, they are like tiny pincers, and they use it to grab and slice prey with them. And apparently their bite hurts like hell. They are not venomous, so they are not dangerous in that way, but still they can give you a hell of a bite. So what was I talking? Apparently the thing that these guys lack in captivity is heat. They need intensive heat because, you know, they are from deserts. I think that this one is from Egypt, but maybe I can check it. Yeah, I remember the label correctly. They are from Egypt, and you know, in Egypt you got pyramids and stuff, but most of all you got sand and heat, a lot of heat. Yeah. This time I will provide more heat for it, and also I will provide a better substrate. It won't be on just a loose sand. I will also set up the enclosure with excavator clay, so it will be able to make tunnels and burrow inside and stuff. I think that it will benefit from that. But that will be a video on its own. That will be a separate video on everything about them, about their care, and about setting up a proper enclosure. And hopefully in the future we will see if that proper enclosure with additional heat, if that will help to keep this guy happy and alive. So yeah, this is the first animal that I got, a really cool animal as I said. Then these guys that are actually feeder insects, these are grasshoppers, small grasshoppers, but I plan to attempt to breed them because apparently they are really healthy snack for all the lizards and also tarantulas. I see every animal will benefit from look how they are jumping inside. I need a taller box for sure. What I want to say, every animal will benefit from having more variety in its diet. Yeah, I'm gonna take these guys back to their spot, to their additional heat. These guys also need more heat in order to breed. So if I manage to be successful with that, with the breeding, I'm going to do a video on it, of course. Now this is for all of you that are missing the tarantulas. Look what I got. I have some very special sling. Let me just open the cup so we can see it better. This is of course the Chromatopelma cyaneopubescens, or the common name green bottle blue sling. And since my big female died, I had to get this species because this is one of my favorite species. I intentionally got the sling instead of adult because these, as you know, significantly change their appearance as they grow, as they molt, and I want to observe and witness that once again. In a future video I will be setting up a kind of prettier and bigger enclosure for it, together for the other tarantulas that I also got here, that I received, but they are something else you are going to see. But still, we have another animal that I got, I mean that I personally bought, and that is of course this giant millipede. You see? It is fatter than my finger, you see? Pretty huge millipede. But I have one bad news in regards to this one. There is a chance that it will die soon because it actually got hurt. You see, on the head, on the top of the head, there is a crack because this little guy fell. It escaped from its box in transit, and when we opened the car, it fell on the ground. So currently it looks like it is fine, like nothing really happened. It's just the wound just leaked a bit, but now it's fine. But I'm not sure if there will be any consequences, and this is actually first time that I'm handling it. And I can tell you that these tiny little feet tickle like crazy. I had no idea. I need to get it off. Sorry, little guy, you are giving me a weird vibe. So I'm not sure where I will keep it and how I will make the enclosure for it, but I need to read some stuff about them. And if they are compatible with the snails and the sun beetles, I'm going to put it together with them in the same enclosure. That is at least the idea, but I'm not sure if it will work out. I need to check, I need to be sure that it will work out. Okay, now we reached the stuff that I received. First, I received these two monster cans that I don't have. This one is from Germany, and this one is from Hungary. And you can see from the condensation, you see this one is full, while this one I already drank it, and this one is good, but I'm kinda afraid that this one won't be because it's zero sugar, without the sugar, and I dislike the taste of every drink without sugar, so yeah, I don't think that this will be any different. And then there was one funny guy who decided to troll me by giving me a fake skull, but the joke is on you because this one is not plastic, you know I hate plastic skulls. This one is actually like made out of stone. It is actually really heavy and it looks surprisingly real, I must tell. I'm not going to use it in my enclosures, that's for sure, but I don't really mind having it. Then I received some shirts. This first one is from the Terraplaza crew, you see? Thanks, and you guys are doing an awesome job. Then this one is from the NS Exotics, you see? They are from Serbia, and basically on every Terraplaza you can find their stand. They are selling a lot of different enclosures and other stuff for the enclosures. Back in the days I was always stashing stuff under their table so I don't need to carry it around. This huge logo banner, I didn't receive it on the Terraplaza, but I have had it made for the Terraplaza so I can put it on the table. I will probably put it somewhere on the wall or maybe on the ceiling because I don't really have space on the wall. If that is on the ceiling, no, you wouldn't be able to see it anyway. I will figure something out. Then I received some stick insect eggs, and they are from this species, you see. Here are the eggs down there, and they look kinda like jungle nymphs. They are a bit smaller, but they are bulky, so I'm looking forward for these to hatch. Although now I will probably need to make another big enclosure for them. Then next animal. For all of you roach lovers, this will be a treat. Check these guys out. They are kind of huge, not as huge as the other species that I had in the dark den. I mean that my roach guy friend got. He got a really similar species, but a bit bigger species. And check out, this one is freshly molted. Pretty sweet. Now check out the size. If I can grab them, they are kind of jumpy. Okay. There it... yeah, okay. So jumpy, come on. Just become for a little bit, please. Okay, there it is. And it's gone, and that's it. I will also most likely build a big glass enclosure for them, because they are nice display roach. Now last two tarantulas. As you can see, last two big adult tarantulas that are... whew, both of them are almost an adult tarantulas, and both of the species are insane. Firstly, I'm going to show you the top one, and then I'm going to show you the bottom one, because in my eyes, bottom one is slightly more exciting. Even though to a lot of tarantula keepers, this one would also be a wet dream. And it is a Xenesthis species, white. I am not a huge fan of Xenesthis species, but I know that there is a huge hype around these guys. And I knew that they are pricey, but I had no idea how much exactly they are pricey. And when I checked the prices online, I was like, whoa. So this one will for sure need to get a nice setup, and I already have an empty glass enclosure over there. You see, I'm going to set up that one. I'm not sure how big this one will get, but I think that that enclosure will be big enough. Oh, whoop. Of course that I was expecting this reaction, but I was expecting it immediately. I didn't know that it will be delayed like this. That's why I put my guard down and got startled. That was pretty mean, you know? Can I take the straw? Okay, thank you. That was a nice demonstration of power. You can now relax. I got startled there like some little girl. Now, are you ready for this beast? Do you know which species this is, huh? You can see that it is quite big, but it will get bigger. Much bigger. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Theraphosa blondi. It is Linda's cousin, of course. You know, Linda is Theraphosa stirmi, and this one is, as I said, Theraphosa blondi. Apparently, they get roughly the same size, but they are a bit more fragile than stirmis, and they need a bit more humidity with better cross ventilation. So hopefully I will be able to keep this girl healthy and happy. For her enclosure, I'm gonna clean up this old Hilobrachys huahini enclosure. Even though she died like half a year or even more ago, I still didn't disassemble her enclosure because I feel a bit nostalgic, because this was one of my first big glass enclosures and one of my really pretty setups. I mean, setup that I enjoyed building and just having. But eventually I will need to build even bigger enclosure for her, you know, like the one that we built for Linda. And what do you say that we throw one dubia to her to see her in action? That is a good idea. That is always a good idea, right? So we can welcome her to a family with one juicy roach. That was nice and quick and easy. You see? She started to munch immediately. And maybe even a happy dance. If we can get a straight up happy dance from her. Now as she spreads a bit, you can see how big her carapace is. Right? It is... yeah, look how big she is. So huge. And there we go. Happy dance is initiated. Hell yeah! Now definitely we need a good name for her, something that will go along with Linda really well, like Linda. And if you have a good suggestion, write it in the comments, and also check for other suggestions. If you think that some name will fit her well and go together with Linda nicely, thumbs up that suggestion, and the top voted suggestion will be her new name. Now I need to give a special shout out to a person that gave me this, and that is Bogdan from Romania. He's also a patron of mine, so it is crazy how someone enjoys the content so much and enjoys videos so much that he's willing to not only support me additionally on Patreon, but also to give me these awesome and expensive gifts. He said that before watching my videos he was actually afraid of tarantulas, and now after a few years of watching them and learning more about them, he basically fell in love with them, and now he's organizing his own tarantula expos or tarantula shows. I'm not really sure exactly how they are classified, but these are the shirts from that. And also he gave me some stickers from it and badges. So if you are from Romania, you should definitely check out his Tarantula project, and thank him for providing these magnificent creatures to us, for us, to Dark Den, for Dark Den, yeah. Thanks man, thanks a lot. So, I hope that you enjoyed this video, I hope that you enjoyed these new additions, and also I'm using new mic, so I hope that the sound is alright. I didn't really test it fully, this is the first real life test, so hopefully that was alright, but if everything was, make sure to thumbs this video up and comment something, leave the suggestion for her name, for Linda 2 name. If you want to support this channel more, there's a Patreon page. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell icon, bell thingy to get notified about the videos, and I upload every Monday. So see you in a week. Bye.